Oh, come on. Listen up, I've got a plan. We buy dry fruit for a low price, then soak it in water and sell it as fresh fruit. Since when did you decide to start a business? Well, we're at KNEU, Kyiv National Economic University. I came up with a business idea and your part is to think how to implement it. Hello, this is Think Big, the show about the finest Ukrainian universities. We'll also tell you how to best spend your students' years. And we'll learn how the best Ukrainian economists are taught today. We're in the university that people call the Cambridge of Kyiv's Shulavka area. Dried fruit? Cambridge? Established back in 1906, it bears the name of Ukrainian banker Vadym Hetman. KNEU has 6 faculties, 3 institutes and the Faculty of Military Service. It had 5 colleges, 24 science and research institutes, as well as the Kryviy Rih and Crimean economic institutes. The university educates bachelors in 17 specialties and masters in 14 specialties. 11,000 students study and more than 1,000 lecturers work at the university. It offers 3 bachelor and 7 master degrees in English programs. Has 6 academic buildings, 6 dormitories, library, and a physical education and sports complex. Work for students in Germany, summer practice, professional advancement classes, foreign language classes, and any information that will be helpful for students. You'll spot a lot of bulletin boards placed almost everywhere when you walk into KNEU. In fact, the university offers countless opportunities. Besides classes and training, it provides internships and part-time jobs, promotions and offers. Students also have the opportunity to receive a grant for their projects. Ukrainian and foreign investors are ready to support the ideas of young business people. Of course, students have parties, meetings, and various informal events too. KNEU has a very active social life. Of course, you can expect your group leader to tell you about everything, but isn't it more reliable to learn oneself? Therefore, here's some advice from a graduate. Right from the start in the freshman year, take an interest in what's happening around you. It's always beneficial. But you don't need to keep watch at bulletin boards to stay up to date. The fastest way to spread the word is via social media. KNEU students have dozens of online resources, channels, and groups where they can discuss important news about the university. Ask seniors about these resources or search for them yourselves. Talking of online resources, the KNEU website enables journals to be viewed at any moment. I don't mean journals with cartoons and pictures, but academic ones, where every student can check their grades, count their scores, and then decide on which disciplines to spend more time. The Institute's Information Technologies and Economics will help students to create and operate modern digital technologies like blockchain, handle cloud calculations, or understand cryptocurrencies. The field requires qualified specialists in conditions of total digitalization in all areas of life, but foremost in the economy. 6 faculties are teaching both analysis and forecasting of economy situations or technical support of information systems and security in computer systems, cybersecurity, a field that is evolving rapidly at the moment. Students can elaborate their knowledge during their internship abroad. By the way, what about announcements? Where to find a job? How to create a CV? Is it like an embassy of the internet at KNEU? Leading Ukrainian and foreign organizations have been cooperating with the KNEU's Perspective Center in search of young specialists for several years in a row. On the other hand, members of the center are receiving CVs and information from students. Then they search for the best match, and the student obtains a prestigious and highly paid positions, and the employer gets a competent and motivated employee. We're the buffer between students and employers. We cooperate with those organizations that can potentially provide posts to our students. Moreover, prospective examines the employer in detail before offering any position to a student. It includes labor conditions, the responsibilities of employee, salaries, which should correspond to announced information. In such manner, members of the center reduce the risk of non-payment of salary. Do recruitment websites offer these services? A huge amount of work is done for the employment fair. It's a platform where students can introduce themselves to representatives of more than 40 companies in a single day. We once had 46 companies set at a fair. It's impossible for a person to get through 46 companies in one day. We have it in a location format, without the need to leave the university. So students have opportunity to come, investigate and learn about opportunities in terms of internship, practice and employment in a company.
Це може бути і вже робота безпосередньо в компанії.
It seems that I was ironic for no reason. The center offers students a lot of exclusive services that are hard to find online. The largest wind power plant in Europe will be built this year in Ukraine. The total cost of this project is 400 million euros. A famous investment trust company helped to attract these funds. So if you want to be involved in these types of financial arrangements, you should pay attention to the topic of investment management taught at the finance faculty. In this faculty, the oldest at the university, experts receive training at the basics of economics. Bankers, financial experts, insurance carriers, and customs officers acquire their knowledge while studying here. Students of the faculty undertake internships in universities in Germany and Poland and have the possibility to receive a double degree. Isn't that pure genius? The Studio of Fine Arts and Design. It is part of the local Culture and Arts Center. It includes choreography, vocals, and musical studios as well. We're seeing for the first time students learning how to draw, even after visiting dozens of universities. The works of students that practice in this studio later can then be seen on permanent exhibition at the hall of the Culture and Arts Center. The achievements of other students are regularly put on display on the stage of the Culture and Arts Center during various events and festivals. Freshman students are involved in a series of festival performances called Autumn Fairy Tale every year. However, the most impressive student festival at KNEU is called Student Boom. It's here that students discuss everything that happens at the Culture and Arts Center and at the university in general. This place is called Circles. You know, somehow it's like an offline social network where students can learn about news, discuss rumors, and meet new friends. Well, at least this does happen when the weather is fine. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget about rule number 1. It is an accounting axiom. Students learn accounting and audit on special computer software today, which is taught at the Faculty of Accounting and Tax Management. At this faculty, students are taught how to calculate and understand the financial situation as well as the consequences of a company's activities. During their studies, students do not learn one specific area of a company, but they work with the management system as a whole. On this faculty, work is done predominantly with native software that has a Ministry of Finance license. Students defend their thesis in one of KNEU's lecture hall. Student Lena is defending her diploma right now, and the theme of her diploma is Global Price Chains in China's Economic Growth. An unprepared listener is highly unlikely to be able to appreciate the depth of research undertaken by Lena. There are terms, formulas, theories, and unknown words. However, Lena is defending her research in a confident manner and clearly understands what she is talking about and ready to answer any question posed by the committee. The defense of one's diploma is the climax, the final year of 6 years undertaken on an education journey. KNEU students take part in many discipline-specific competitions and contests. Moreover, they often win prizes. First place in science in Ukraine. Students are also among the top 3 students in foreign languages and public speeches. This team is one of the strongest in the university. About 3 dozen students who develop, defend, and then implement social projects. Enactus is an international organization that brings together students, lecturers, and business representatives who work on social projects. Our KNEU team was formed 7 years ago, and within this time we've been champions of Ukraine 3 times and vice champions of Ukraine twice. We're united by the idea to create something good and to help our society.
Зробити якусь добру справу і допомогти якось нашому суспільству стати кращим.
Team members travel worldwide on international competitions. They communicate with colleagues from all around the globe, exchange experience, and meet the right people. Of course, they sharpen the skills they obtained at university through practice. Everything we learn in university has practical implications when you start implementing social projects. Because you need to develop a business plan, go to investors, and calculate the prime cost of any production. Besides, it's important to calculate risks. At the same time, when we attend contests, we present ourselves to potential employers, large international audit and consulting companies. In fact, all these students who work on social projects find a good job and are respected by executives. Teamwork is highly regarded at present. One can practice business management or management of large enterprises at the Center for Science and Innovation. It's possible to make a mistake here and avoid major consequences. For instance, one can learn how to introduce a complete cycle of business management from the stage of project development. One learns how to take executive decisions and model relationships with clients when a business plan is formed. We create corporate portals for an enterprise, online markets, at the end of laboratory-based practical studies. We will begin to learn and introduce the technology of blockchain and implement the procedure of cryptocurrencies mining this year. In overall terms, the relationships between students and lecturers are quite liberal. Every student can work in their personal office within cloud platforms and carry out tasks remotely. The important aspect is to do everything right and on time. And if you attended a class but could not find a vacant PC, work on a smartphone. You're a student. Do you believe that your rights are being violated? KNEU has an office that protects student rights. Let's ask Olha about that. Olha Chabanyuk has been working on student self-governance and management of social life for over 10 years now. She began by heading the trade union committee and is now head of the students' trade union. We wrote a motivation letter for the contest, and we won it. And so we, together with another university, the Poltava University of Economy and Trade, implemented this project in Ukraine. It is a pilot project that uses the experience of various countries as its basis of study. Olha invites us to a session of the Ombudsman office instead of telling us about the project. It's a team of 10 university employees who work in different areas: scientific, educational, household, and so on. Any student who believes their rights were violated can visit the office and file a complaint. The claim is first reviewed at a meeting. If the members cannot adopt a decision, they involve the Ombudsman. Here he is, Bogdan Yarmolenko, a KNEU graduate and now an employee of a reputable auditing company. I personally guarantee with my reputation that these cases will be reviewed objectively and protect students. On the other hand, it should protect the administration's interests as well. In addition, if we talk about exclusively legal mechanisms, I am a member of the KNEU Supervisory Council. That is, I may have certain legal mechanisms based on this role. Oh, the Financial Times. Please tell us how the balance of trade will change in the UK after Brexit. If we take into account the fact that more than 50% of food items are imported from other countries, Ukrainian enterprises might have good prospects on the British market. So let's soak some dried fruit. We were at KNEU, the university where you are taught how to put into action the most daring and crazy ideas. Besides, they'll create all the conditions for building a future career. See you soon. Oh, and think big.
Сухофрукты. Вот, пожалуйста, статья про сухофрукты.